17 members of the new cabinet were sworn in today by President David Granger. The short swearing-in ceremony held at the office of the president started with the swearing-in of Moses Nagamootoo as Prime Minister and First Vice President. Amna Ali is the Minister of Social Cohesion, Ronald Bulkan, Minister of Communities, Carl Greenidge is Minister of Foreign Affairs, Catherine Hughes, Minister of Tourism, Winston Jordan, Minister of Finance, Vola Lawrence, Minister of Social Protection, and Simona Brooms, Minister within the Ministry of Social Protection. Dr. George Norton is Minister of Public Health, and Dr. Karen Cummins is Minister within that ministry. David Paterson is the Minister of Public Infrastructure, and Annette Ferguson is Minister within that ministry. Dr. Rupert Rupnarine is the Minister of Education, and Nicolette Henry is the Minister within the Education Ministry. Basil Williams is Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs. Joseph Harmon was sworn in as Minister of State this morning at a separate ceremony.
We are one team, and we are committed to ensuring that Guyana becomes a less divided country and a less poor country. And I'm very confident that the ministers who've been sworn in today will give the support to me as President and to Mr. Nagamootoo as First Vice President, and will continue to work towards ensuring that the people of Guyana have a good life.
President David Granger. A number of the ministries now have different names, but the President says it's a change in focus.
It's not just a cosmetic change. For example, what used to be the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development is now part of the Ministry of Communities, because we see the citizens living in human settlements, not just branches of the government. But we want to emphasize, in calling the Ministry of Communities, we want to emphasize culture, sport, and utilities, so that people can see local government as being a function which gives them that good life.
The President explains that any responsibility that has not been designated to a ministry will remain under his office.
In fact, the so-called office of the President will be renamed also the Ministry of the Presidency. So any function that is not specifically assigned to a minister, for example, defense, will remain with the Ministry of the Presidency.
The former cabinet boasts about 21 members.
What you saw this afternoon are three levels. The Prime Minister is on one level, the higher level. He's the Vice President. He's the only Vice President who was sworn in today. Then you have the ministers, and then you have several junior ministers. So there are three levels, so there will only be 15 ministers.
Other persons designated for ministerial posts would be sworn in tomorrow. These include Kemrad Ramjatan, who is expected to head the Public Security Ministry, Sidney Alicock, who will head the Ministry of Indigenous Affairs, and a Minister of Environment is also to be sworn in. For Prime News, Nazima Ragabir.